It's all about education, and I don't think there's any one of us that won't get out and educate our voters and get them to the poll. And I think voter ID is one of those things, to have a photo ID. I don't think it's too much to ask of our voters to say and to be able to prove who they are.
We do, in fact, sign a book when we go to vote. And not only do we sign that, but it's a felony if you are not the person who is signing that book.
Well, it's a cure looking for a problem, I think, when you talk about false voting in the state. Yeah, there are some scoundrels who try to do it, but as Senator Kinnaird said, it's a felony. And if, in fact, people are going to do it knowing that it's a felony, they're going to figure out how to get a false ID. And so you're not curing any problem.
In my mind, the real issue here is voter suppression. It's about establishing new limitations that might perhaps deter certain populations of the voting community from participating.
I want my vote to matter. I want my wife's vote to matter. I want everybody in this chamber's vote to matter. That's what this bill is about. This bill is not about poll taxes. This bill is not about suppressing the vote. We all know what it's about. This is about making sure our elections are legal and valid.
On the most fundamental act of personal liberty in our nation, the act to vote, it is the Republican Party that is trying to put more government between the citizenry and the acting out of their liberty, voting. It is the Republican Party. We're saying that we're going to spend the state's money on 1/100% of a problem that no one can substantiate. So when you put this bill to the litmus test, is it good policy? It's not good policy because we'd have no evidence of fraud. 1/1000%, 0.001%. So it's not good policy. Is this for people? Is this going to allow people to go into the polls and vote much quicker, much faster? We have no evidence that it will do that. So finally, if it's not policy and if it's not people, then it must be politics. If you cannot prove that there's voter fraud, and we can't because there's 1/1000% of unsubstantiated claims in 10 years in the state of North Carolina, then this has to be politics. And so what we're saying is that we're not trying to restore confidence in government. We're just trying to restore confidence that we'll get reelected. And the people of North Carolina shouldn't deal with that. I urge you to vote against the bill.